So everything that was changing around them, they wouldn't even know, like, okay, what direction everything went. All of a sudden, bang. Oh yeah, now you get to know. After that, before that, it's just a bunch of oral.
Yep.
They pull the greatest genjutsu. So if we ever dismiss something without asking for the fact of the matter, when someone claims something like, let's say, Egypt in America or Africa, unless we can prove some facts by the matter, it's gonna be all emotion. And when those facts come, that's the only thing you do is come with the facts, man. There's nothing else. Everything else is in the wind.
Then let us
I
read so they can change up
I
shit.
I think that's where everybody is mistaken because there's a thing called evidence. Evidence can be looked at from many different viewpoints. So when people make different claims, like a brand new claim that Egypt was in America, for instance, what you do when somebody makes a big claim like that is like MoFac says, you look at the scholars, you look at the Egyptologists, look at the history. And if that new claim doesn't meet, doesn't have any evidence to it, but there's evidence on the contrary, we must talk about the evidence that's on the contrary because it has been studied.
Okay, but but
Now
but
look,
you can't say that like
but
they could take
let me
stuff
ask
from here and took it
Okay,
to
let me
Egypt
add
though.
something to that. Let me add something to
no,
that.
but like it,
Let me add wait. Let me add something
like
to
you
that.
had the
Let me
mound
hold
builders,
on. Wait,
and
wait,
so a
because see, I
pyramid
knew we was about to do that.
is
Hold
like
on,
the
wait.
shape
Let me.
it's like an unearthed mound. So like on top of Earth instead of in Earth. So like if there's more mounds here than Africa, there's you just got pyramids there. You don't
Right.
have
There's
you have two different types of architectures here that resemble pyramid. One is a mound, and the other one is pyramid on top, right? So like these people that were building it, they were doing it differently, but doing it the same. And so, and they also, I look at this and they say it's supposedly in the Grand Canyon. Isn't that place like you can't just go check it out? You can't just go
Bro,
scope it out.
you should have been here at
Bro,
11
you
o'clock. We
cannot duck.
already peeped
Not Tristan. Hold on. Before I add, no, let me add what I was going to add first, and then I'm gonna ask Tristan a question. Because I've never been over there, but I'm gonna throw y'all a bone. I'm gonna show you something. If these people didn't get a claim from someone that's stating that Egypt is in America, if they didn't get it from a person and it just was downloaded to their psyche and it went into their brain and it was in their mind frame and they thought of it like, oh, Eureka, Egypt is in America, right? And then we look back in history and we see, well, 100 years ago, this dude said the same thing. He didn't say that someone told him that or that he looked on the ground and found it and he found artifacts. He didn't say that. He said it was just downloaded to his brain. And then we keep seeing people all throughout history just getting these downloads. Then it would give credence to it. But y'all are really not searching where the source came from, so you don't know that the same people you're saying could be lying are the ones who created this Egypt in America. They're the ones who came up with it. They told this to someone
And
else.
the
And then
Egypt
they
is
passed it
fucking
on.
Egypt is fucking fake. It is obvious it's fucking fake. The whole fucking country's fake.
You just skipped what I said. You
I'm
just
just
skipped
saying
over
No,
it's
everything
no,
I just
fake.
said.
no.
It's
The
fake.
thing is that like yo, I hear what
So
you're saying,
how
and that's also
so
that's
hold on,
not
wait.
that's I can't take
Fake
I
is in
can't take it out
America.
what you I can't what
So
you
why
said
don't
I
y'all
can't
say
take what
fake
you
is in
said out the
America?
equation. I can't take what you said out the equation because it's still a valid point, and it's still a possibility. So for me to take it out, I'd be stupid. But I also have to put in there as like, okay, so I can look at the sources that are under the scholarly let's call umbrella, but I also can look at the sources that aren't that that look like the people that are also making the claim that actually start to point back to the history, and you're like, oh well, the history is showing here, and it's not just black folks saying it now. It's also white folks saying it. It's also in the Congressional Library. It's also over in the Smithsonian. It's like the different places that you'll find pieces of it, and then you
But
put the
it
puzzle
was
together,
the
and you're like, damn.
problem is that it
Well,
was white people who
this
said
is
it.
more fact because
It was white people who
if I'm
said
telling you like, bro, um, if I'm gonna make a game for you to find out who you are, and that's the key to waking up, say who you are, like just oh bang, that's who I am. As in, like, you know how people feel like, oh, they've never seen their dad in a long time. They see their dad, they cry because it's such an innate piece of them, or their mom. Then they feel so because the connection is so deep. It's the
Hmm.
same thing with the information of who who we are to be. So if you're not going to find that in one space, you're actually going to have it scattered. You're going to have it scattered, and you're going to have to pull it together yourself.
I, I
You're going
think
to
I
have to.
If they
I
made
think
the
you guys are kind of lost about what it means to make a new claim and what it requires. Okay, so once you make a new claim, you have to prove the claim. Once you talk to somebody who doesn't believe what you're saying, they can go and look to see what scholar said what and blah blah blah. The
Scholars.
burden of the burden of proof is not on the person that doesn't believe you. So where you're really stuck at is that you have to prove the claim. You can't just say, okay, is really in America, and that's because we know that they've lied to us over the years. Nah, your claim is that Egypt is in America. Now you prove it. If you talk
Mm-hmm.
to someone who doesn't believe you, then they're going to tell you why they don't believe you. That doesn't do anything against your claim. So
We see
just go.
Tommy.
It's just like when people
Yeah,
talk about, it's
that's
just like,
true.
hold on. It's just like when people talk about God and they go, well, prove God don't exist. I
Nobody
don't
just
have
talked
to.
about
I
God.
don't have to stop.
No.
No, y'all can skip the subject. This ain't even what we're supposed to be
We're
talking
tired of
about
talking
anyway.
about God. Why is God always coming in
No,
here?
because
None of
I'm
us
giving
believe in
an
God.
example. I'm giving an example of how y'all using the same type of belief. It's an example. When you make a claim, you can't tell me to disprove something. I don't have to. If Egypt is in America, just make Egypt be in America. If
Who
you
told you to
can't do it
disprove
and you
anything?
still if you're still talking and you're talking and you keep talking, then obviously it's not working. Like it's not budging. Cuz Egypt is where it's at. Like you can't do nothing about it. And then even when we consider some of the information that y'all gave us, right? It's Greek. So you're saying that the
The word
Greeks are
Egypt is Greek.
Yo,
that's
listen,
what we're
you have
saying.
to understand. I said what I said, but I didn't say Egypt
It's
is
great,
anywhere.
but hold on. I was asking. Hold on. I didn't even finish what I was saying earlier, right?
Wait, Mo. Angel, what do you mean prove it how the label got moved? What label? So you believe that Egypt's in America also?
Yeah, it's definitely
I
is.
mean, they told us forever that the oldest pyramids and shit was over there in Egypt, but it ain't.
No, they
Okay?
never told me that.
Yes,
Who
we,
said
we
that?
talked about this. Y'all told me that they were over there in Egypt.
Who said that the oldest pyramids were in Egypt?
Y'all did.
When?
What in
Y'all
the
always said that.
what
Y'all
the
said, "Oh,
fuck?
those are not pyramids. Those are step pyramids. Those are like temples. They're not the same type of pyramids."
Yeah, they're
That's
not
what y'all told
Mirkuti.
me.
They're not. That's not a Mirkuti. If those people were alive, they wouldn't say that. Oh, yo, look, a Mirkuti. It has
But
certain
now that
things
y'all
in.
seeing that they
There's
are
certain
older here,
things
now y'all
inside
want
of
to
it.
switch it up.
What? We've been learned about this shit like over 10
No,
years ago.
I
This stuff
said
is
it on a
old.
live that
This
it
is
was
old
older because
information.
Peru had older
This stuff
pyramids,
is
and y'all
old.
said
Y'all
that the
I
just getting
pyramids were
into it.
said
older.
This
right
is
here.
old.
I said, are the pyramids in America? We already know that the pyramids in South America are older than the ones in Egypt. I said, are they older than the pyramids that are in the Sudan right now? Are they older than the pyramids that they found in the Congo?
So if the black people are the ones that's building the pyramids, because we know that the Mexicans and the Native Americans don't, because they were living in fucking teepees and shit.
I don't know none
Okay,
of that.
Well,
so since we know that black people are the ones
Well,
building the
well,
pyramids, then how
well,
come y'all don't think that black people were living over here
I don't
first
know that.
until like the 1300s when Mansa Musa and all them or whoever came over here brought slaves and shit? Y'all don't think black people were here before that?
Help us
If
know
they're
that.
older than your pyramids in Egypt, how in the fuck were black people not here already?
Just help us know it because
okay.
we don't know it. There's nothing wrong with us not knowing. We
why
just being
is
What
it
honest.
what?
I
every
don't
So
know
time
yo,
that.
when
we
do y'all
talk,
think black people got to America?
Yeah, but hold on. We need to make something clear because
Yeah,
people are
what's the date?
confusing.
What's
I
the
don't
date?
know.
What's
Listen,
the date you said,
hold,
Kenya?
wait, hold
They said they
on
think
because
about
there
the
was just
1300s.
no. Hold on because that's misinformation. Hold on. Nobody has ever stated that the pyramids. If you know anything about Kemetic history, they say themselves that they're not the oldest. So this is not even a question. They tell you where they came from and where they
That's
learned
some
their
bullshit.
scientists from. So that doesn't even make any sense. And we're not comparing the pyramids of Giza to the pyramids in South America. Our issue when we speak about that is people say that there are pyramids in North America. That's the problem.
I
And y'all
don't know
keep
no pyramids
every
in North
time y'all say
America.
there's pyramids over here in the United
I've
States,
never
and
said
then
that because I ain't never seen it. The only
all of
one
a
I
sudden,
said was that
everybody
fucking
runs to
baby.
South America. You supposed to be over here where we at.
The only pyramid I mentioned ever was the one in Vegas, and I know that's part of a casino. So I mean, and I've never said there was no fucking pyramid in no fucking North America ever. I've never seen one.
So I don't, but still, I don't know where this oldest thing comes from when everybody knows who studies the origins of the people in Kemet. They tell you where they came from and where
So
they
how did we?
learned their scientists from, so that they cannot be the first ones. They were the peak of
These y'all just
civilization,
changing up
but
y'all because y'all saying that we weren't over here yet. How in the fuck were
We
we?
know. Stop. We
what in the
are not
world
even
is going
talking
on?
about that today.
Yo, yo, hold up, yo,
I
check
haven't
this out
brought
though.
up anything talking about indigenous
I'm,
black people being in this
I'm
land.
talking
I,
about in the past.
I'm not even talking about that because Mo told me to leave y'all alone with that. I
But
left
that's
y'all
why
alone
the
with
topic
that, and I
is
told,
Egypt in America
I
or
even said
Africa.
on my
You leave it
memo,
alone.
I'm not even going after you guys over that. I'm going after the people who are strictly saying Egypt's in America.
Egypt is in America.
That's
That's it.
all I'm talking about. I don't care if y'all
Okay,
from
so
over
check
here or
this out.
not. I don't care about that. What
Yo,
I'm
so
saying is
look it.
stop trying to take Egypt out of Africa and place it in America. And if you're going to do that, then bring the evidence to back up your claim. I'm not doing hypothesis, a thesis, or a theory. I need evidence so we can just follow the breadcrumbs of the information that y'all talking about. That's it. And all I get is the same strange shit. They're lying to us. You got to look for this information yourself. That's all I get. I don't get no real sources. I don't get a damn book.
I didn't give you no. I didn't give y'all no sources and shit.
No, you gave us a half source. You told us, here, take this and stick it in the microwave, warm it
No,
up,
I said at least
and
I gave
here.
you. You can go. You know how to read,
You're right, Kenya. You
I'm
gave
not
us.
doing research for you.
and the research for. I don't. I know what I know. Y'all the ones that's doubting it. I could give a fuck what you think.
I'm not doubting it. You
Why
could
do
be
you
right,
keep
but you
getting
still
up
got to
here trying to prove
demonstrate
your
it.
case if you don't care what we
Because
think?
what is
You
your
got to
fucking topic?
demonstrate.
Your fucking topic is Egypt in America or Africa. That's why the fuck I
Right,
came up here to talk about it.
right,
You're not listening.
and demonstrate it. So, but you
You
have to
said you
demonstrate it.
could give a F what we think.
Well, let's do an examination here because we're talking about pyramids. But these were megalithic builders, and so they
Listen,
built
bro,
pyramids. Or
we
hold
weren't
up,
talking
so
pyramid.
hold up,
That's the
so they
shit
built.
y'all stuck
Listen,
on. I simply said
listen.
it's Egypt
They,
in America.
I'm not talking
okay, so
pyramids,
that's
but
one.
And
I get it, but
Egypt and pyramids go
I'm trying to tell y'all,
together.
these are megalithic builders, right? And so look at these builders. They either built pyramids or mounds, but they were the same people. Okay, so
And
you're going to
again,
find so many mounds
if
in
they're the
America.
same
Like, yo,
people, where's the
no,
language?
search, no, go search mountain because look at, yo, listen. So these pyramids, they were like, they had a flat top and there's metal up in that mur. This is for conductivity and information. I'm trying to tell
What
y'all,
Why would
pyramid you
the
talking about?
pyramid builders and the mound
Tabitha,
builders
you
are the
can go
same
suck
type of
on a dick,
builders.
bitch.
What
Come up
They're
here
the
and say
same
organism
that shit,
doing
and I'm
builders.
that
gonna
in my
fucking say,
life?
bitch. I'm so tired of
Not doing
you
that in
the
my
real
life,
wobble, bitch.
Kenya.
I'm tired of her wobble ass.
Oh my God.
Over here, she always hanging around black folks like she's.
I'm not disrespecting people in my live. You can go over to FBA's live and do that. I don't care what you do over there with him. I don't even fuck with him on that level. And you want to disrespect, you go live and disrespect people. I'm trying to save my life so I can post it on my YouTube. And you get race all these racial slurs, and then they're gonna say, "Oh, Kenya has been banned for hateful behavior," and then I'm not gonna
And
be
we
able to
can't
post it
post the
on the
video.
YouTube.
We can't post it. Everything we talked about goes in the trash. It's just gone.
I don't
And then
have a problem with that.
nobody can get it. It's going to be on the Akashic records.
Everybody knows Tabitha is going. Matter of fact, sometimes, majority of the times I go live, Tabitha is the first person in the live. I don't have no problem with her at all. She a moderator for a reason. She not coming in. She don't talk trash about people unless people talk trash about her first. I don't understand where all this hate shit come from. One minute y'all say y'all don't bash on the Native Americans, then I see y'all bashing on the Native Americans. Then y'all say y'all don't bash on the African, then y'all continue to let you talk, then you start talking trash about the African. I don't get this.
I don't bash on anybody.
We just
We just
want
we were
the
simply
claim.
trying to deal with Egypt in America or Africa, and we get talking about people. I don't get the shit at all.
Egypt is already in Africa. If you make the claim that it's in America, you need to prove it.
Well,
Just like
technically, if
when
you
we
say
say,
Egypt, if you say
just
the word
like,
Egypt,
yeah,
well,
but
and you
we
look for
have
the
to say
location,
that. We have to say it because they don't know what Kemet is. They don't know.
well,
You say
if you say
Kemet,
like
people
if
be
you say
like,
the word,
What's
you know,
Kemet?"
Egypt's not located in America. But if you say it like that, then you'd say, well, technically, if you had to answer me one question and walk to me on the street, I wouldn't say America because technically, even on the map, it's not in America. So
But
you
it's
say
just it's
in Africa, in America or Africa, people would just obviously think like Africa because on the map it says Africa.
well, we got people
When they
pulling up
say
saying
America, it's like,
America
what do you mean by in America? You're the one who asked the question. Why would you say it's in America?
because they're claiming it is. So we're giving them an opportunity.
So
You can
you got up here and didn't even know what we were talking about, bro.
Well, I seen it. I seen the title, and
yeah.
I heard you say it multiple times, and so I'm just
Yeah,
having a conversation about that. I'm saying technically,
God,
if you
Jesus.
say it, you're gonna people are gonna think automatically on the
yeah,
globe,
and that's
on the
why
map.
this is what I'm talking about. You guys y'all see the title, then you hop in the box and y'all don't even know what the conversation is about. We're having this conversation because people that are in America are saying Egypt here in America is in the Grand Canyon or it's in Memphis, Tennessee, and um, the boy Pharaoh King Tutankhamun or Tutankhamun was found in the Grand Canyon. I'm not the one saying this. People are saying this. So I tell them to come to the live and prove their case. And when every time they show up, they don't prove their case. They give you a hypothetical. Or they want you to do the research to prove their case for them. I'm not doing that. You got
Okay,
somebody online on this TikTok app posted video. They found Tutankhamun's body in the Grand Canyon. Where the fuck you get this information from? Because Howard Carter was the person that found his tomb. Took all the shit out of there. I got the magazines on it right now. We can pull that shit up.
People have to understand, just like when you're dealing with anybody's God, we are here. We see plants, animals, insects, DNA, glands, brain cells, all of this stuff we see, organs, we see atoms and all of that shit. But when you make a claim about some being that's in the clouds and it's over
Angel,
here, it's on
bring
another
bring
planet,
your ass up here, Angel.
and when
well,
you make
how
when
many
you wait,
pyramids are in
hold
Africa?
on, let me finish, bro. Damn. When you make these claims, we have to remember that we are here. We're just here, and people have been arguing about this shit for thousands of years. No one has ever proved that any of their gods were real. And in the midst of that happening, you did have people forcing it. They go to war for it. They groom people from a child. They murder people. They put people on probation. They torture people. They get in front of their food. You can't have no food. You can't have no water unless you accept this. That happened. So that's how they pushed it this far. But dealing with just a conversation between two men or two women or a class of students, no one has ever proven, hey, come to the class of God and I'm gonna show you. And then he pops up and he's in there and he's like, look, this is God. And this is no one's proven it. It's a claim that's made and you have to back it up. Until then, we are at the default. We're just here existing, and what we see here that we can interact with, that's what exists. And we do take and develop technology so that we can dig deeper into ourselves and into the earth and see what elements are there, molecules, subatomic particles, and all of that. But that has nothing to do with proving that this imaginary shit that people are talking about is real. You have to recognize and don't get it twisted when we're open to it, asking someone a question or telling them to prove it. Don't get it twisted like we're saying like that it holds some type of water. You have to pour your water in your own cup. You got to have your own cup first of all. You're empty-handed. Y'all not holding no water at all. We're telling you to back up the claim that you're making. If Egypt is in America, Just demonstrate it. You can't say you don't care and the information you're using is fake. And the scholars, the same people that look the same, they have the same amount of melanin, whatever you want to call it, they're from the same caves, however y'all want to look at it, they give you your information as well. You just don't know your source because people have regurgitated their information and then put it on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. So you don't know the source of the information because you're looking at a black face saying it now. That's different. But it still doesn't take away from that no one has actually proven it. Because if they proved the shit, we wouldn't be talking about it. We would just be teaching it. We're just sitting here talking and saying, making a claim after a claim after a claim. When we show someone why we accepted what we accepted, you see a whole paper trail. You see culture. You see language. We even
Okay,
use
so
the sources that people didn't even know about that their shit came from to prove them wrong, or we use their sources that they thought was supporting them, but we read the entire article or dissertation or the next chapter in the book to show that this person wasn't saying what you thought they were saying, but you stuck your scholarship in the microwave. You ate some processed meat. You didn't prepare your whole meal. You
well,
eating fast food.
since like archaeologists, they look at the pyramid and the mounds like very similar, and I just look at the number because I'm open to the concept for the reason that this is me, that since these objects are to archaeologists very similar, they even say the same people built them. Okay, just based on how they're built, and I look for pyramids, and I only find
Bro,
a minute amount in Africa. And then I look for pyramids and mounds, and we go South America and North America. And in North America, you're going to mainly find a bunch of mounds. And archaeologists are saying, but these are similar to the pyramids. The same people built them just by
see,
structure.
that's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
This is what you guys
okay, so
do.
then,
No,
what do
wait.
I say?
I'm gonna
What?
get it out. You keep saying they are saying the archaeologists. Give me the name of the archaeologists that saying the same people built.
Okay, so I gotta find the name. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Right now I'm looking right now I'm just looking at just a simple Wikipedia just to cooperate, just help me corroborate my
Okay,
own
and if
thoughts,
you're
you know what I'm
looking at the
saying?
simple Wikipedia to tell you who the person was that wrote that.
No, I was trying to find locations of the mounds because I know I've seen the information before, but it's not something I'm versed in talking about. And I was just telling you why my brain is like, well, maybe the possibility compared to like, oh no, it's just finite because I haven't seen it via some studies and them debunking this or improving this. I look at my own brain, the physical structures that the archaeologists are saying they're similar to pyramids, even calling them pyramid mounds. So I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at the amount of pyramids are in Africa. But then you go to South America and North America, you're gonna have boom, you're gonna have the physical structures, but in North America, you're gonna have a bunch of mounds. And so then
Yeah,
my brain's like, well, what's really going on?
we
Because I don't
just
know the
telling
conclusion.
you already know.
And then all of a sudden I'm like, well, is possibly Egypt in America? But technically, no, I can't bring you
That's
no
a
paperwork. But I'm looking at
that's a
physical structures. So,
that's a hell of
so
a
things that
stretch.
are more
That's a
prevalent in North
but
and
why
South.
do we have to conclude that? There's so many other things that could happen in between all of that, and we jump that far to
Why
come
did
to
you
that
ask
conclusion.
me?
That's irresponsible, man. That's not disseminating
Now,
information
Andrew, what are you
properly.
talking about? We're reflecting our feelings onto someone. Like, what are you talking about?
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking
No,
about the
I'm just
person
asking
that
you
called
who you
her
talking about.
the W word.
Because the only person that was disrespectful up here was Kenya.
I wasn't talking about y'all. I was talking about the person that called her a W.
Kenya called her the W.
No, somebody called her a W, so she said it back.
So we don't. This person ain't got a name. I got it.
So what?
The person that called Kenya a W. What is their name?
Mm-mm. Somebody in here. I just told them they just reflecting.
The indigenous Black African Americans don't want to be called Wabo. So why would they call somebody else that? Vice versa. I don't understand the disrespect.
She called me that. What did you say back? What was the whole conversation? Because she.
This whole conversation had nothing to do with Tabitha at all. We were simply talking about Egypt in America. And the conversation veered to melanin, solar flares, what's right, what's wrong. This is just the information that they're telling you. How are you going to believe it? But it's like all the information we get, we can't believe, but we got to believe all the stuff that they are coming into the knowledge of, and it's all true. But all the stuff that we're into, it's all fake. I got it.
Well, you can believe whatever you want to believe.
It's tit for tat. We got the true information. Y'all got the false information. The Egyptians over there in Africa fake. The real ones are here in America, and you ain't got no proof to prove the claim. I got it. I got it. People just gonna believe whatever they want to believe because that's what they believe, and they're not backing up their claim. And I keep saying the same thing over and over and over. If you can't bring evidence to go to court to prove that you're now guilty, then why do you come to the lie? Why do you put your request in if you can't prove your case? I don't get. Oh, I don't have to prove my case. Then don't come up here.
Well, I don't understand.
Everybody knows how I run it. Everybody knows how I run the lie. I let Kenya get up here because Kenya cool, and she says stuff, and then we look up the information, and then we come to the conclusion that she could be right, she could be wrong, or we got to throw the information gave it to us in the trash. Because
to be honest, either side could be right or wrong because they're just written down on books. There's no plain sight. Either I'm gonna say this right one more time.
We gotta go with the evidence because that is presented before us.
There's evidence for both.
With that, listen, you're not listening to me.
There's no evidence for the contrary.
There's no evidence for either or.
What?
Books and other people's sayings.
People will throw DNA out, right? And these same people that be throwing DNA out, you'll see them years later or even months later, weeks later, dealing with a court case where DNA is involved. And all of a sudden, they want to put their baby daddy on child support. All of a sudden, they want to use DNA to get out of prison. All of a sudden, they want to use DNA to get their family members out of prison. They want to march around and say, no, they're targeting black people. And then now you believe in technology. Now you want them to look at the crime scene and use the evidence and get the blood and the fingerprints. All that shit is real then when shit get real, huh? But then when we're dealing with DNA, when it comes to where we came from and these mummies and all of that shit, now it's not real. Yeah, that's crazy. That's showing a bias. That's showing motive.
Show me some hieroglyphs.
It's like y'all don't want to get high alone.
Who's y'all?
Get high with me.
Show me the kings
just hit it. Take
Egypt
a hit.
Over here in America.
You know what's crazy? I think like this is a subject that just brings it just point to a certain fact that black people circumvented the earth. It's that simple.
I'm only dangerous.
The Egypt is in America and Africa, and we're not identifying the same people that have just ran the planet, and we're arguing over something so simplex.
Yeah, but I don't need to be in any land first to know that my people are great and unique and pioneers. That's proven. They can keep all the bones, they can take all the pyramids, they can take all the languages, and we still the shit. We don't even need to change identities and land masses and take religions and make ourselves God's chosen people. We don't need to do any of that stuff and be connected to the sun. We still great, period. Period. All this information could be lost and it'd be a black man, Chinese man, white man on the earth. We still gonna dominate. We still gonna be the mandingos. We still gonna be good at sports. We still gonna have music. We still gonna have rhythm. It's not gonna go nowhere. I don't understand why we need that to prove that we great. We're
Need to
great
prove
either
what?
way. I don't need to take nobody's identity. They can have it.
That's the thing
I
though.
don't
It's
need
not
that
about
shit.
proving. It's not about a proof that people are great. It's more like foresight. They've seen that time was going to come, but to remember, I put you on a wall. That's what the whole Bonham Pax Steles. That's what all these statues and monuments are about, to remind you. That's all it is. It has nothing to do with, oh well, I need to know this. That's what I'm saying now. We can speak about Egypt and America or Africa, and I would say both. I would just ask which one were they in first. That's the
Who
question I
cares?
would have.
Well, both.
The rest is, it's not about where is it? Is it in America or Africa? It's both. Just which one was first? That's the real question.
That's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard because we're
I
looking
mean,
at what
there's
things are to dig that deep and go into what was where first. You gotta completely remove a whole bunch of history from what they call the Middle East now, from Africa, from
Well,
Mesopotamia. You have to
the thing
remove that
the thing about
development.
it though,
You gotta
I
hold
don't
on. You
think.
gotta remove the stuff they're still digging at. So not only do we have people saying that they broke down that shit in America and then dragged it over there and rebuilt it perfectly in another country, right? But we have stuff that they're still digging up right now. They're still digging it up. So now we have to say that
still giving them.
they went over there and buried shit inside of the sand.
Mhm.
That's crazy. You're not just erasing a pyramid or two or a couple of kings. That's not what you're erasing. You're not taking a language and moving it 1500 years into the future or taking symbols and pushing them 1700 years into the future. That's not what you're doing. You're erasing thousands of years of history. You're going to erase it. You're going to erase part of the slave trade. The Portuguese are going to get away with what they did. The Arabs are going to get away with what they did. Half of what the Europeans did, that they're going to get away with it. You have to erase things to make this shit true. That's what people are not understanding. That's why it's damaging.
You have to erase things to make it true.
Yes.
Okay.
If you're over here, no one brought you here. That means the whole slave trade is gone out the window. They never violated these people in Africa.
No,
They never
that's
brought
not
them
what it
over
means.
It wouldn't
here.
If
actually
None of that shit
wouldn't go
happened.
out the
no,
window.
that the thing is, okay. So the crazy thing is, if you look at like the legalities of like being naturalized, or if you're of the land like an Aboriginal, it doesn't erase anything. It actually it's more powerful. So if black people that they're
Listen,
calling
because I keep it.
black
But then
or
again,
African American or colored are
King,
from
you're not getting it.
North America.
We
Pardon?
gotta be from Africa, but the pyramids over here, guess they built themselves. No one said you was from Africa. We got off that train weeks ago. We
Yeah.
don't even debate you on that. And I'm going to say this one more time. The pyramids in Egypt, because Egypt is a baby civilization in Africa.
Say it again.
It's a baby
yeah,
civilization. We pat the baby on the back, it burps. It's there.
According to scholars, according to church, according to them themselves. They said it themselves that they come from a long line of people who developed that science, who developed the
Well,
technique, the medicine. They don't say that, yeah, we're the first ones. They never say that.
I,
They were the
okay,
ones who held, they were known for holding the most history. So how could they be the first ones if they were known for being the top historians at their time?
like I said, believe what y'all want to believe, whatever. Because it's getting too much.
see, I didn't hear what you said. Your mic is down.
it doesn't
Your
matter if I
voice.
am indigenous African American. You
I'm
just
just, they're
clearly
just labels.
a native person. I told y'all I don't know what to, because you told us, oh, don't call me indigenous. So now you don't want me to call you indigenous because it's offensive. So what's the term? So I'm going to make up my own term. I've been calling them indigenous African
Who
American.
said that?
And sometimes
Oh,
sometimes I say indigenous black people. I use it interjectively. I use this word here. I use that word there. So you mean to
a
tell
lot
me
of
the youngest
programming.
civilization pyramids over here are older than the youngest? So we all come from here.
Okay, so I just missed it because I put my headphones in.
Wait, right now?
Yeah, I just
We're
put it in.
writing
That's why
start.
I'm going.
Who has
Is
the oldest writing language?
That's what I was saying.
America?
I was.
isn't
Yeah.
That's why
yeah?
she put that over there. I wasn't
Isn't
even
there
sure.
a place called Egypt here?
Um, I think the Shi or the Z Amaru, I think that's the oldest writing, and that's in North America.
The oldest writing is where?
I think the Shi Amaru, they're the
Z?
oldest people.
No.
Yeah, I think it's Shi Amaru because
The oldest.
I'm saying I'm
Everybody
saying
got Google.
I'm
Everybody has
saying
Google. Google the oldest writing. Google the oldest writing and the oldest civilization of writing. It's not going to be nowhere
I'll
near
do it right
America.
now. I'll do it right here.
It still could be wrong. I mean, everything could be wrong.
Oh, it
Everything
still
can be
could.
right.
Oh, God.
It could be right too, yeah. But either way, I'll keep my mind open.
Samaritans, Samaritans don't need a Google.
The oldest
That's how
writings,
much.
right?
That's how much
So
of
yes,
we got used to get our
The
sources from
Sumerian
directly from
language is
nature.
being rewritten because they say that the Sumerian language is a
So
different writing variation of the Bantu people.
so in the world, right? So the oldest writings in the world. Is that what I'm searching?
We don't know if these people could be lying to us.
Okay, so let's see.
They could.
They're saying oldest known writings in the world. Uh, Kish
They
tablet
look
written
believe they would know.
3500 BCE. Say tells Al Omer Babil government Iraq writing system. So okay, well, that's nothing to do with this. Is
That's why I
okay.
keep telling people to stop listening to other humans. We used to do it from through a nature and connection. When people don't
Let's
have
see
the
the
patience to
oldest
listen.
civilization in the world. Let's see what they have.
It's not in America. It's going to lead you back to the Sumerians, bro. No, it's not even going. It's going to lead you back to the Tigris and the Euphrates.
I'm not scared of lions and tigers and bears. I'm not scared of the bones. Oh, if we back to Africa, then yes, they move in bones. What part? One part could be doing something different than another part. So one half could have been Sumerians, and then the other half could have been Pahakakakaka. You would never know.
What the
Yes,
what?
you got the Shango bone and the Labambo bone.
Like these are
The
just
Shango
made up
bone is
words.
not older than the Labambo bone.
It's all lies, period, unless we live through it. The question is, did we live through it?
Yeah, it's going back to the Sumerian.
That's why they say,
Oh, okay.
that's why
Well,
they
see, hold on, 'cause I'm
That's why
pretty
they
sure the
say heal your
Shango
inner
bone is not
child
the
because
old.
you tend to know things more as a child than you are as an adult. Because as an adult, you're getting manipulated and maneuvered around to just be a
I
survivor
see it,
or
bro.
just a follower. When you're a child, you just have a free mind, so you're able to connect with things easier. That's why most people forget their childhood. They did abnormal things as a child. They want to forget.
Yeah. Um. It goes back to 35,000 BCE.
Who's fairy tale?
Yeah, it's saying mountains are older than pyramids. So, if that's the case, then you had an older civilization in America because
It's like I keep
America
saying the
have
same. I
have
keep saying the
mountains.
same thing. You guys are not listening to me.
Okay, what's that?
We're not talking about listen the old civilization. Humans here in America go between 13,000 and 20,000 years, and they didn't look like us. I'm not talking old civilization. One more time, Egypt is a baby civilization in Africa. It's the youngest.
Who's us? Like, what are you talking about? Lighter
That
or
is the
darker?
youngest civilization over there. Nubia, all of that is older than Phoenicians are older than.
That don't look like us. What are you talking about?
I still go back to the point that these people are the same people, just spread all over the earth.
Like I said, if it wasn't for
So
dark
that
skinned people,
I think
yeah.
this is actually, you know what, when you look at everything, the evidence becomes I can't say the word right now. My mouth is dry from smoking this thing. Anyways, I get some water. But when I'm looking at everything, I'm like, yo, it's just showing we've been everywhere, and we've had the same information, and we've all exuberated differently. That's all I see, and I don't even believe there's really a disconnect. I
Not,
think I
not
think that
just,
this
not
the
discrediting nothing you're saying. All I'm simply saying is, if civilization that these guys are saying is almost to the same age around the youngest civilization, which is the Egyptian, then why are they trying to say that it was over here when they have no evidence? They have no evidence Egypt was over here. None at all.
I mean, technically, you have no evidence if Israel was over there either. These are just words that have been thrown around.
Oh my God.
So,
Stop the bullshit.
you want to go there?
no, the
Not
thing about
words
it,
that's
no,
being
the
That are
reason why,
spoken.
different.
the reason what she said is valid is because it's like, okay, so when I started my journey, because I
I
was
don't
like, yo,
care
I was
about that, bro. We have evidence. We have evidence that is saying that this is where people were at. This is where civilization started. So now you telling me math ain't math? You went to school and you went to school from first grade all the way to 12th
okay.
grade, right?
Well, there's
So
evidence
you
Right.
saying
also
that
that black
everything
people were in
everything you
North
learned when it comes
America.
to math and language is
You know what
wrong?
I'm saying? So there's
Geographic
evidence that
location
black people
means
were in
nothing.
North America. You know what I'm saying? So
Everything because
the evidence is
your
it's
name's
there.
not the name
So
your parents gave you because it's on paper, right?
Well, do you know not too long ago, this place wasn't even called Africa. So everything can be changed due over time because they're just words that we make up
Again,
to just connect.
it doesn't matter if it's words we just make up.
yeah,
We
Angel, you got it.
find
You
the
know how it works.
evidence. Throw out everything. Throw out all the stuff. Okay? You still gotta have artifacts, pottery, people, right? So we're not dealing with words, we're not dealing with languages. We're just dealing with artifacts, people, pottery.
And artifacts can move too.
How are you moving all these artifacts? From
Literally,
from
they
from
still
from
got a
Memphis,
lot of
Tennessee,
stuff
or the
from
Grand
Africa
Canyon.
and European museums.
How are you moving
What
it?
do you mean they can't move it?
Angel, how are you
Are you
moving it?
serious, bro?
They
Look at the building
literally have
structures
a
that are made,
lot
bro.
of
Like,
stuff
come
of
on,
of
don't
African
do that.
stuff in European museums. What do you mean they can't move
The
stuff?
world's strongest crane can lift the fucking bath salt slab. It broke. So now we going back. We're going back to ancient time. I don't care if you want to take me back to BC or early AD, between the 800s and the 1400s AD. How are they moving these?
Literally, they can literally just make up stuff,
They
put
just
the
literally
clay,
make it
or they can
stop,
make it up,
stop, stop,
and then y'all can just
stop,
go buy it. I mean,
stop,
that's what's basically happening.
stop. You telling me they
Confusion.
moved every single bit of artifact, every statue, every tomb, every basalt slab from
I
in the
didn't say
Grand
they did,
Canyon.
but they could.
They had to drag it to a boat, put it on the boat, and the boat was strong enough to float the 1 ton
How long
between
you been here
800
in this
and
body?
1400 AD. I got it. Y'all
How
just say
long you been on this body?
y'all just say the strangest shit.
How long you been in that body?
What the? What does that have to do with anything?
Literally, they could have moved it way before you were born, or while you were born, or right
How?
now, and you will never
How?
know. You will never know because of the fact that you're not with
See, that's
everybody
what
all
I'm
at
saying.
the
I'm
same
not doing
time.
that. I'm not doing
Yes,
our
we are.
hypothetical shit.
That's not a hypothetical.
You will never know. You will never know. You will never know. They could have moved. They could have. That's a hypothesis, a theory. It's a
The same
hypothetical.
thing you're saying can be a hypothesis and theories too.
I got evidence to back up my claim. You don't. You're just
There's
spewing out
literally
strange
evidence for
shit.
both sides.
Do you have evidence that they moved it before I was born?
Do you have evidence they didn't?
Yes. I just told you that.
You know what I'm saying? Do you literally have evidence saying that they didn't move it there?
Yes.
What is it? Some words that said, "Oh, we didn't move it
No,
there."
like I said, I'm not doing that, Angel. Again, have a good night.
I'm just saying.
Y'all say the strangest shit. We got when it don't when the information don't fit the narrative that you guys want, you dismiss the shit. But when you got the evidence that fits your narrative, then you accept it readily. Oh yeah, I love it. It fits my agenda. Then when we got the stuff that don't, no, that's fake. You can't trust it. They're Mongols from Asia. I got the information to back it up. But then when we try to do the same thing to you, you can't fucking take it. Oh, they're lying though. How do you know that they're telling the truth? You can't trust anything that they say. You can't trust the envelopians. But you're using a that you tell us we can't use to back up your claim to back up your claim. It's fucking, this shit is fucking strange. Who burned the books, Kenya? Who burned the books? The Germans? Ooh. Yeah, they've moved every single bit of Egyptian artifacts from America into a small place over there in Africa. Oh, you got a slab. You got a slab of the pyramid that weighs tons. It weighs tons. And we're going to put it on a wooden boat. Right? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The library, the museum, which was created by Philadelphus or Ptolemy II, they transcribed every single bit of literature they could into Greek. They transcribed every single bit of literature that was in that was on the scrolls of the Egyptians. They translated from their Coptic version because they could understand Coptic. They couldn't understand Hieratic and Demotic. So from the Coptic, then they translated it into the Greek form. They paid the Egyptians to do it. They paid the priests of the Egyptians to translate it from Coptic into Greek. And then they brought people from Greece over to help with the project, and they paid them to do it. They got paid, they got free labor, they got free food, they got a place to stay. They didn't have to pay for nothing. They were the ones getting paid. So why? Oh, I ain't got a job. I can go over there and I can help y'all do this. Y'all gonna pay me and give me food and a place to stay, a concubine or two. I'm going. That's what happened. Oh, we're gonna translate the Bible into the Levant. Where's the Levant at? Where's the Levant located? I rest my case. Scholars will sit there and tell you, oh, yep, Egypt, yeah, the old versions of the Greek language of the scrolls or the writings that we have relating to the Bible were found over there in Egypt. We know they were translated from over there. They did it first. They burnt the. It got matter of fact. I think the last time it got burnt down, I think that was an accident. That Library Alexander got burnt down on accident. Some people think it was on purpose. Some people think it was an accident. It ain't like they just intentional. Oh, I'm gonna destroy this church. No, that ain't what happened. And if it happened over here in America, then we need to see the Greeks writing about it. Because y'all do know the Romans, you have the Persians, the Libyans went into Egypt. Then it was the Greeks, and then it was the Romans. And then the Persians came. I mean, not the Persians, but the was it the Persians? Yeah, all of them was over there. Then the Arabs came in, and it was a wrap. They took over everything. Yep, we're taking this, this. Give me it all, and we're gonna create our version of a religion. One more time, angel. The reason it's called Kemet because that's the name it was originally called. It's like you showed up to the live late, so you don't know this. Egypt is a Greek word. So everybody that's finding Egypt over here in America, they're getting it from the Greeks. If you find Memphis over here, you're getting it from the Greeks. If you find anything related to Egypt over here, Cairo, you're getting that from the Greeks. You're not getting that from the Kemetics. They got 3 different languages: Horetic, Demotic, and Coptic. And out of that, you get different versions and variations of other languages. So you would find that over here. But all you're finding is Greek words over here, like Memphis, Tennessee. The reason it's called Memphis, Tennessee is because they were paying homage to it being over there in Egypt, in Africa. And they'll tell you this when you look up the origins of Memphis, Tennessee. But like I said, people don't like to study shit. They just throw out fucking claims and they don't look at information because they read the headline of the article and it said Memphis in America. And when you go into the article and read, it says Memphis, Tennessee in Memphis, Egypt. And you read the article and it tells you what happened, what transpired for it to be called Memphis, Tennessee in the first place. And they're paying homage to their big sister, Egypt, into Africa. That's why it's called Memphis, Tennessee. Because they had a river over there and they said the river was similar to the river over there in Memphis, Egypt. This is fact. You ain't got to like it. Like I said, I've been up here since damn near 11 o'clock. And nobody brought any substantial information to prove Egypt is in America. It's just hypothetical, hypothesis, and theories. You ain't giving me one shred of evidence. Oh no, the stones are fake. The stones are fake, but the strongest crane in the world couldn't lift it. They made stones. And people, you ask Egyptologists, oh, were the Egyptians over there making stones for the pyramids? They're going to tell you, yes, they made the stones. They made a couple of stones to put on there. Peru is not older than the civilization of Egypt. It just says the pyramids are. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Show me the king's list of the Peru dynasties. Give me the king's list of the Peru dynasties. Give me the king list of the Egyptians over here in America that predate the Egyptians over there in Africa. And again, Angel, you're not listening to me. It doesn't matter if they say Egypt is in Illinois. Egypt is a Greek word. When was Illinois established? As a matter of fact, I got my phone. I'm going to put in my phone. When was Egypt in Illinois. It says Southern Illinois became known as Egypt in the 1830s. What is the 1830s? That's around the time of Egyptomania. Egyptomania lasts until like the 1910s, 20s. You're using Greek words and y'all don't even understand why you're using the Greek word. Because I think this is nasty. You can eat some tomorrow. You're not eating no cereal tonight. That's out. Y'all make these, y'all just, it's like we got to do the research for y'all. We got to prove our point and then try to help y'all prove y'all point, and y'all have no leg to stand on. I don't get this at all. I didn't say, see, that's what I'm saying, Kenya. Nobody said the pyramids in Peru built themselves. The people in Peru built it. It's a civilization. What civilization built the pyramid? And if that is that civilization older than the Egyptian pyramid, and if it's older than the Egyptian people, I mean, if the people in Peru, if that civilization's older than the Egyptians over there in Africa, are they older than the civilization of Nubia? Because the first ruler of Egypt, of Upper and Lower Egypt, was Narmer, also known as Aha, and he comes from the SUTEN. No, I don't want to hear it has to be. You have to show me the evidence. And this is why y'all should have brought over The Earth Speaks. Or he gonna do the same. He gonna do the same thing. He's just gonna give us hypothesis theories. I got it. What you got, Mo?
Hold on.
Just throw out wild claims. You got the evidence. You sent it to Mo. You got the evidence that the Peru civilization is older than the people in the SUTEN. This is about to be hilarious.
Yeah, the shit that gets me is at the time these people started making these claims, when you get into the sources of where this shit derived from, these people had the world convinced that Egypt was white. The people who made this claim were not trying to show, they had no intention of trying to make it seem like, oh, this is where black people were at first. They had already hijacked the nativity of that land and made people think it was white. Look at the movies. If you look at the movies from that time, those people who were depicting them as white did not believe that they were black. So you're piggybacking off of information that people were using to say that Egypt was over here. And those people who were saying Egypt was over here, even the Egypt that was over there, they were saying that it was white. So you hijacking that and then making it seem like it's black, it's putting yourself back like thousands of steps from the truth. Later, these people die, and then it comes out. You even see, what's the comedian? What's that comedian's name that was joking about it? Richard Pryor. Like, oh shoot, these people black. Look at them. They're just discovering way after these people came up with these theories that it was over here. They're discovering that these people over here were black. You think they were trying to prove that your ass was over here? They were trying to they were trying to take over. That's what their goal was. That's why they planting shit over here. Even the Hebrew stuff, the Arabic shit. But you're going to erase your own history by trying to piggyback off of another lie. You're going from one lie, religion, into another lie, history. And you don't have to accept one person's delivery of the message. People look at history, they look at artifacts, anthropology, they look at linguistics, and they come to a conclusion, they present it, and there's a reason why we opened it up for everybody to get up there and be able to challenge people on their information. So that the students who are watching, the people who are growing up and they're becoming scholars, they get to look at every single educated opinion, educated guess, educated thesis, educated theory. They look at people who are educated and did studies in that background to come to a conclusion, not someone who wakes up and goes, you know what? I don't like Christianity anymore. I'm going to go look at something else. And then in 2 weeks, you come to a conclusion about the origins of the fucking universe. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Now, don't tell them to prove they planted stuff over there because y'all don't prove y'all claim. Why we got to prove the claim? We got to prove our claim in your claim at the same time. It's like this is why I be telling y'all I don't like getting on this app because it's the same thing over and over and over. No one has information. They just, oh, well, your information is wrong. Our information is right. And then when our information starts out, when it starts outlasting yours, no, wait. We can't use none of the information because it's all wrong. They just lied to all of us. It was okay when your information was trumping my shit. Now, since my information is trumping your shit, we got to throw everything out. And again, I'm not going off of belief. I told y'all, and I'll continue to say the same thing. All of it could be wrong. But now you got to prove all of it's wrong. You can't just say all of it's wrong. You got to prove it. And the evidence is on my side. The evidence that Egypt is not in America is on my side. So if you're saying that it is, then you got to bring more evidence than I can bring to the table. And I told y'all, and I'm going to say it one more time, I'm going to reiterate it. If we use websites for website. You don't want to use that? We're going to use map for map. We're going to go back to what the ancient Kemites called their land, and then we're going to go back to what the American people call their land. And then you're going to be like, oh, no, they're lying. So then you're going to go get your old book and try to prove that Egypt was in America. And then when I go get all the old books, because all the old books during Egypt Mania is going to kill every single old book that you bring that's saying Egypt was in America. I'm going to win because I got all the information on my side. I got the colonized mindset. You believe everything that comes out of the colonizer's mouth. You taking colonizer information and spewing it like black people made it up first. White people said you was indigenous. You believe that. White people said Egypt was in America. You believe that. White people were saying that the plants and all the food, all the minerals and wealth is over here in America. You believe that. But the moment we spew some stuff that you don't like, we got the colonized mindset. Like I said, y'all want to use information to debunk us when it fits your narrative. But then when we use the same information to debunk y'all, hey, you got a colonized mindset. You can't use what the Europeans telling you. Mine is not what everyone thinks at all.
How long did we hold that Kemet came before Sumer?
How long did we do what now?
How long did we hold that?
I never held it. Me and you got into we got into like a little phone scuffle. And you was like, yeah, it's, but then you hit me with that Bantu book. He was like, yeah, because they rewriting history. I always stated that the Egyptian civilization was older than the Sumerians. And you was like, yeah, I can see that. And then you hit me with that book. I was like, I didn't know nothing about that damn book at all.
Kemet was been older than Sumer.
Yeah, see, I just knew about that.
Kemet has always been older than Sumer. People said it, and they could not prove it. The stories that are in Sumer that come from the Bible are older than all the other texts, not the civilization of Sumer.
Yeah.
But Kemet has always been older than Sumer. But it wasn't until a few months ago that it came out that Kemet is older than Sumer.
Yep. And they're trying to rewrite the date now.
But it
What they
doesn't matter. But did it? It never mattered that they said that Sumer was older than Kemet. Even the people that taught us that Kemet was older than Sumer, they had to stand on it, and some of them not even alive right now. They don't even know that they were correct and that it was proven. You have to hold on to it. So there's a lot of shit that people don't study as deep as we study, so they don't see that we be wrong about shit because they're not even focusing on that information. So
nobody
you
said
got it. Sometimes you got
yep.
to be wrong, but the difference is we could back up how Kemet is older than Sumer. They're just saying, "Yo, this is true," and they use a journalist. They use a photographer. That's what y'all don't know. The information that y'all be talking about Egypt being in America, these people are just journalists and photographers. That's what their job is. So they use pictures and they use little captions and stories to sell their product, which is their magazine and their articles. They weren't talking about you. You were somewhere else fighting for freedom and shit. And they over here making up stories, and then they die off and you pick it up later and start running with it.
Yep. Just like all that spiritual shit that people into, a lot of that stuff didn't come from us. It came from Wiccan, Madame Blavatsky, Aleister Crowley. It comes from them. The Europeans, though. So what do they call them? Damn, what the fuck was the name?
Occultists.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Occultists, occult science, pseudoscience, pseudepigrapha,
the Theophany, what something society.
theophacies.
That's where it come from. Ron L. Hubbard. All of that. The astral projection and the people like you got El and Bay. Those were like actual like spirit gods that people would worship.
They even tell you that they use the so-called chakra or chakra system, however you want to say it, to give people an image, to use their imagination. They never said it was real. They never said that you have these. I don't know what it started off at, 5 balls, 7 balls, whatever. They ain't never said that you could really collect all these Dragon Balls and line them up and then you can make a wish. That ain't what they were saying. They used it to teach children. Go look at the origins of the, the chakra system.
The
The
Sheka
chakras,
Shim Ra. Ain't that the
they were
name of it?
never
The
supposed to be real.
Shechem Shim Ra. That's what they
Right?
call it over there in Egypt.
Yeah. Fucking Dragon Balls.
On the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
It was supposed to activate your imagination. It's supposed to elevate you. You think from the bottom and then rise up and you go to the gut. And it's just to get you to get that imagery inside your mind. They're not saying that the actual chakras were real. And this is from the mouth of the person who made it.
And then a colonizer came into Asia as it went up into Asia. The colonizer came in, they went in there and colonized Asia, and then they turned it into another belief system. You don't believe me? Go ask the Shaolin monk what the chakra is. Because he'll probably tell you. Now, then ask him, did his ancestors believe in it? He's going to, oh, what ancestors? All the Shaolin monks died off. We're the new Shaolin monks. We're not related to them. That's just this is a game. They died off. The old Shaolin monks died off. The new Shaolin monks with the spirituality, we got to deep meditate and all type of shit. The old Shaolin monks wasn't doing all that. We got to use the chakra. We got to get in tune with the universe. Who the fuck says that shit? How can you get in tune with the universe? How? You have to eat. Show me plants eating plants. They got plants that eat plants? Do trees eat trees? Does grass eat grass? If you go into a pool or even a tub, if you sit in the tub for more than 10 minutes, what happened? Your pores get all sucky, staying there for like 2 hours.
When
Wash it out into your body. So how are you getting in tune with nature when nature's beating your body up? Go outside and it's 108 degrees. Stay up there for hours and roll over. It's going to fuck your body up. You drink too much water, what happened? Your stomach start cramping up. You're not getting in tune with nature. Somebody made that shit up. When's the last time you saw nature get its hair braided, put on makeup, get its nails done? Nature drive cars? That's nature drive cars. When you see any type of animal, any creature on this planet, what's it doing? It's walking. We're not getting in tune with you got to get in tune with nature. You sleeping in a bed, you in a house, you real comfortable, you driving a car, you going to Starbucks. The niggas in nature ain't doing that. So you're not getting in tune with nature. You going to the club, hey, give me an Incredible Hulk. I want a mojito. Give me that margarita. Nature ain't doing that. We be clubbing? Nature ain't clubbing. Nature ain't going out Friday, Saturday night, and then getting in tune with nature on Sunday. It ain't doing that. Nature's not reading books. Nature's just out there doing what it does. Go to the volcano when it's erupting and see if you can get in tune with nature.
Believe your way out of that one.
When them hurricanes is coming, and I got my homeboy right now. He over there in Florida, right? I got family in Georgia. I got family in Texas. When them hurricanes is coming, you think people stay there when it's an emergency to evacuate the land? You think they're going outside and they see this flood water come? I'm getting in tune with nature. No, they're not doing it. They're getting the fuck out of there. Nature don't like you. Nature does not like you. Nature is beating your body up and you don't see it. You eat healthy. Your spirituality is telling you to eat healthy. Nature's not telling you to eat healthy. Nature ain't talking to you. Nature ain't telling you to wear shoes. Hey, man, put these shoes on. Hey, put on these socks. Hey, it's cold outside. Make sure you grab this jacket. It ain't doing none of that. The elements on Earth are fighting against you. And you don't want to see it? You don't want to see it. Springtime come, you got allergies. Your nose is running. I got a migraine because all the allergies I got up on my nose. Oh, I'm stuffy. The hay fever's fucking me up. What is it? The cottonwood trees fucking up my allergies. Oh, I gotta take a shot. Right. I gotta get what the fuck is that shit called? I don't forget. It's some shot for migraines. Oh, I gotta get that. Then it get real wet outside because you got the rainy season. The elements is beating you the fuck up.
Yeah, get in tune with that. Get in tune with it. That's what I'm saying. And most of these people be hiding. They ain't even about that life for real. They don't go into nature. These same people that be talking, right? I bet you they couldn't even last an hour on a trip in nature with me.
They don't go
While they
camping,
talking
bro.
about being in tune with nature, I could leave you out there with my son or my youngest daughter, and they'll teach you how to survive. And you in tune with nature. You gonna be sitting there hungry.
I look, it's a leafy bug. Let me grab this snail real quick. Y'all don't see it, man. The elements of the earth are beating you the fuck up, and you talking about I gotta get in tune with nature. You gotta study nature. No, that ain't how it works. The tree don't like you. The tree don't like you. It's fact. Y'all don't see it. Y'all don't see it at all. You drink too much. If you drink too much water, you up. It's cool. I mean, y'all cool. This is my thing though. Y'all say whatever y'all want. Y'all get mad disrespectful. The moment we do it back, I'm unfriending you. How dare you say that? You start talking about us first. I was in my own little lane, doing everything I do. Then y'all came up here messing with me. That's it. I stay here quiet. And then all of a sudden people start disrespecting people in the comment section. Why are you even responding to the people in the comment section? You should be addressing what's on the screen. Egypt in America. Bring the source. I didn't say come up here and be like, oh, this is what this always happens. Oh, well, you don't know that. That's just what they're telling you. They could be hiding it. I don't care about that. We're dealing with evidence. The evidence we can prove, the evidence we cannot prove. Now, what they're hiding, or when they're not telling us, we can't believe everything in the books. We're going with the evidence we got on file.
What it could be.
Angel, if one of your parents or your cousin was in jail and they was like, oh, well, we got all this evidence to get them out, you ain't going to say, oh, you got to throw all the evidence in the trash because that's not real. You can't use it because the Europeans gave it to you.
Right. And how are you going to prove that he did not commit this crime? Because we placed
Right.
him at the scene, we have a shoe print, and we also have his car keys. Oh, that's not a lot, right? But you could have some type of evidence to prove that he was somewhere else and something else happened. And all you're going to use is, well, you got to get in tune with nature. He going to bang the, he gone. He
You
going
go
to
through
do,
your
he
girl's
going to
phone,
do,
Angel. You pick your girl's phone up and you go through and you see that she's been talking to all types of chicks. You're going to just dismiss it on, and this is fake. It's fake news. I love you, babe. Come here. No. You're going to be like, hey, why are you texting all these females? What's up? Talking about you about to go see them. Oh, you spent the night over such and such. You told me you was at your mama's house. You just going to dismiss it? Come on, stop. Stop it.
but you know the sad thing is? The sad thing is, while we're using this example, right? It's funny as shit, right? But here's the sad part of it. Here's the sad part of this joke. It's funny and sad. Y'all wouldn't do that in court. You wouldn't do it. That's the craziest shit about it. But since nobody's life is on the line and you sitting there smoking your weed and eating your popcorn and looking at your little YouTube videos and TikTok videos and reading just 3 sentences from a fucking article, there's nothing at stake. Nobody's life is on the line. But if somebody's life was on the line, if your baby daddy was trying to abandon your fucking kids, then you good with DNA. Then you good with evidence.
Yep.
You good with spectrometry. When you got a disease, if you got a disease and you sick with something, oh, you gonna let them check you out and see what's going on in your body because you want to live. But since you out here free, you in good health, and there's no money on the line, and there's no health and nobody's life on the line, nobody's freedom, you just gonna make up whatever the fuck you want to make up.
Yep. You take the baby daddy to court, you get the child support because they got to prove that that's the child through the DNA. Now he's working. So now that he's working, they're going to send him a letter in the mail saying he's about to start paying child support. They're taking a certain percentage. Now it's a year later. He got promoted at his job twice. So now you're taking him back to court so you can get your child support updated, or they're automatically going to update it because I think like every couple of months or so he gotta give them information to see how much his check is, right? You're not gonna call like, no, he ain't getting no raise. Don't up my child support because we don't know if that could be true or not. That could be falsified documents. So leave the child support right where it is. You're not gonna do that. You ain't gonna stand up in court and your cousin for murder, and then the judge like, oh well, we got new evidence. We might throw out his case. You're not gonna set up, judge, he might have did it. Don't throw out that evidence. We can't trust it. It could be falsified documents because it was given to us by the Europeans. You're not gonna do that. What do you mean? What do you mean I got you pregnant? Yeah, you got me. You're the only person I've been with. How do I know that? You right.
Yeah. Where'd you get that from?
How do I know that?
Like, hey, yo, where you get that info from? Them fingerprints and that DNA. Where you get that video footage of my cousin? Where you get that video footage of my cousin 7 hours away and not at the crime scene? Oh, from her? Karen? Nah, that's false information.
Wow. That's fake information. You got that off a phone. You got that video off a phone. It was upgraded. It was updated to your phone, or somebody sent it from Bluetooth. Oh, you can't trust it. No, that's false information right there. You got you got that technology from the European. You can't trust it. But the black person sent me. No. That's a Sambo. That's a Sambo.
Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the real evidence. See, this same European, Karen, the same looking person, shows that my cousin was over here 15 minutes away from the crime scene. Well, that puts him closer, you idiot. You just disproved yourself. And then he can go back to his damn self. You should have took the 7 hours away. They be shooting themselves in the face. Fuck the foot. They blow their whole fucking mind out and don't even care. And we give them the opportunity to prove it. And it's like, fuck it. I'm the source. Or your source isn't correct. Because we both be having the same source, especially when it comes to dealing with historians. Who else you want to use? Who else can you use anyway other than the people who told you the word Egypt? They use the word Egypt, and you just thought Egypt up in your head? You're thinking Egypt is in America because someone told you about Egypt in America. Your information comes from the same people. You didn't get it from when you were picking cotton. You got it from someone else. So part of the information they're giving you is correct, and you still don't want to show a methodology on how you came to the conclusion. It's just we're wrong.
We just lying to them. I'm the Sambo now. I'm the TikTok bully Sambo.
Hey, and look, check this out. This is what they don't know because they so stuck on the surface. If we had to sit before biblical scholars, anthropologists, and historians, they would be in a debate with us as well.
Yep.
We would have to debate them as well. Our information comes from people who were trying to be kicked. They tried to kick them out of universities. They didn't want them to know about how old Kemet was. They didn't want them to know about where language came from. When we're talking to you about certain things, it's because we came to the conclusion on our own. Y'all think that we just stick next to a scholar or a linguist or a historian or an anthropologist.
We gotta dig, Kenya. We have to do the digging for both of us. Because when I done asked your boys to bring me the information, they don't bring me the information. There's a lot of people that follow the Earth Speaks that follow me, and they never step up to the plate to give me the information. They just stay in the comments and they give us the source. Then we go look at the source. Then we read the entire article, and what the article is saying is it could be possibly blank. It's not conclusive. I got the conclusive evidence. They tell you who found what, when they found it, what they did with it after they found it, what museum it went to, how much the museum paid to bring it. They got the receipts. They got a lot of. They got the paper trail from. Oh yeah, we bought it. Now we got to move it. We got to pay somebody to move it. These are the people who paid to move it, and these were the people who, after we paid them to move, they helped with the move. Then they moved it over here and exchanged it to these people's hands. We got those names. Then they were the ones that put it over here and gave it to the museum. We got a lot of that. But when it comes to Egypt and America, no, we ain't got no paper trail. We ain't got no receipts. We need receipts. We need receipts. I understand that when we get into these little TikTok, feelings is gonna get up there. I'm not saying it's not, but that don't mean we gotta disrespect people in the comment section. Just get mad at the people that's up here. Though I don't even know why we respond to the comment section. I read the comment section, y'all just talk. If somebody say something disrespectful to y'all, I'm like, hey, go check out the comment.
These are not books. You can go hop on a plane and fly your ass over there on a
Because we talked to
14-hour
scholars
trip.
who actually were over there in Egypt.
Go fly your ass over there and see what type of shit you think could lift that shit up and take it over there. Go fly over there and see.
Kenya, what did she say to you? No, I've never seen Tabitha get disrespectful unless somebody got disrespectful to her.
I don't even pay attention to that shit. They want some other shit.
Right? Because the Africans ain't say nothing about Kenya. Kenya was up here talking about the Africans. Then out of nowhere, Tristan became an African. I thought Tristan was an African American. No, she an African. She got people from Africa. I got people from Africa. So that just automatically makes me an African. I thought I was African American. You know what I'm saying? I got ties to Africa. Well, nope. So since I'm not from here, does that make me a fake Wabo? I'm from African descent. So what does that make me?
That's what it's about. That's what African
Afro
American
Wabo.
means.
I don't know what I am. I'm just an African. I'm Nagus.
We were called names that didn't attach us to anything. That was the problem. What is a N bomb? What is colored? What's
Comes.
a jigaboo? What is that stuff? We weren't attached to anything. So we fought for that. Our ancestors gave us that knowledge and fought for it to say like, yo, y'all need to, address us correctly. So we over here, we have nativity and we know where we came from and we need to leave that message to our people. African American is not just for what you want to make it when you deal with etymology. There's terminology behind it in modern day. When you deal with etymology, this is the rule that people don't understand about etymology. Etymology is not supposed to be used over the entire timeline. Etymology is supposed to be used during certain time periods. If you find a text where somebody is saying the word basket and you do the etymology on the word basket and that text is dated at 1500 AD, but the word basket that you're using and the definition is from 2000, from 1900s, then you're doing it the wrong way. You got to go down to etymology and match it up with 1500 AD and then look at the word basket used at that time. And then you match it up. Y'all like to take the etymology of a word and then grab it from thousands of years ago and try to match it up to what something means today. Terminology belongs to certain time periods. It doesn't belong to wherever you want to use it. Oh, I want to make this seem like it's true, so I'm going to take this time period and then use
Kenya,
the etymology from a different time period and make it seem like someone's trying to deceive me. You're creating conspiracy theories.
Kenya, you're right. Our ancestors didn't call ourselves African American. They called themselves African. They also called themselves black. And then the Greeks called them blacks. Agomelanus. And if you claiming that the Egyptian empire was over here in America, guess what they called themselves? Black.
Making people put in work for nothing. They don't even know where this shit came from. They don't know how this shit happened. The little bit of work that your people could do to give you a little bit of knowledge, you gonna throw it in the trash.
Right? No, nah, not that. Fuck that shit. I'm a citizen. That's cool. You can be whatever you call yourself. My fight ain't with what you want to be. You indigenous, be indigenous. My fight is with everybody saying Egypt in America. Tell them they should have pulled up. We've been up here almost 7 hours, and it was a no-go. They came in, they saw us talking, and then they left. They packed their bags, and they left from vacation and went home.
They let y'all submit your body as a human sacrifice.
They got you to come up here, and you a sacrificial lamb.
They won't
That's
pull up. They threw the gun in your lap. They pulled up. They saw the
I don't
lights.
know why he has the pistol. It's not mine. And then he
So
comes around with pistol.
them bullets start smacking the car, and they throw the gun in your lap and hop out and run. And you stuck on the op block.
How do you know if this gun is even real? It could be a figment of your imagination. Everything that they tell us is a lie, officer. He gonna bust you.
Talking about this ain't mine. No, you gotta hold it. This ain't mine. It was on your lap.
Yeah. That's part. That's part of what they called it. They didn't call all of it that. And you don't find that word that you just said, Africa, on every temple. I mean, if you can find it on every temple, show me it.
Oh, we good. We good. See, I wish y'all could hear our phone conversations with people that
No,
we
I
talk
don't
to.
want them to hear that shit.
I wish y'all could hear it. Because you
They're going
would
to
know
start texting us the same shit that they've been talking about in here.
no, but it's organized. That's the difference. It's organized. We present information. If we can't come to a conclusion properly by walking in a straight line, not getting distracted, going off into the moon,
But
if we
that's what
can't
I'm
come
saying,
to
bro. They can't do that. I have yet to meet a religious person, a spiritual person, or these people that's claiming to be indigenous, or the people that claim that Egypt's in America stay on the topic. You ask them a question, they give you half an answer, then they veer off to some other shit that had nothing to do with the conversation.
at all.
You ask them a question, they give you a half answer, then they start telling you about stuff that you don't care. Oh well, the food. Oh, the bones and oh, the dogs and the animals and the trees, the birds, the planes, the trees, the lion, tigers, and bears. Oh my, we didn't ask you all that. Oh, and I had an Applebee's sandwich today for lunch, and I washed it down with a margarita and had sugar on the rim. And then for dinner, I went back to Applebee's. You know what I'm saying? Because they got them fire ribs and they fries is on point. And to top it off, I had some broccoli on the side.
Yum yum.
Yeah, I gotta stop. We were like, oh, did you eat the Popeye's chicken sandwich or not? They're like, you know what? I got in line and I ordered it. And then when I I had one bite. And then for breakfast, I had Spangles what the fuck is it? Ooey gooey pancake. Like, bro, we asked you about. We just asked you.
Yo, I just learned about that a couple months ago. Gooey pancake.
Look, this is what I'm telling you. One of these days, y'all gonna see us rock the mic right. Because somebody's gonna show up and they just gonna they're gonna deal with the topic. Like the live wasn't even meant for Kenya. No, it was just meant for one person. And that person didn't show up. Like they never show up. They never show up. Because we were gonna address the photo that they have on their page like they know it all. That's what we're gonna address. And then we was gonna address the scholars, all of that. They didn't pull up. Because everybody knew what was gonna happen. They knew it. But they be all right. They will be okay. We'll try again later in life. Yeah, they held a freestyle to DJ Cut the Beat. Because Tabitha said he was in here. Cream of the Crop said he was in here. Then all of a sudden you leave when you see the topic.
Why you think they don't come up here?
If you ain't gonna come in my live and deal with the topic, then don't go on your live and view this Egypt in America stuff. Because I caught you out. Yeah, everybody know me. When I go live and I'm dealing with the subject matter at hand and I got an issue with somebody on this app, I call them out so they can come to the live. I even asked that man when I was on his live. I said, hey, you free Saturday? He never answered it. So that means you don't want to come over here and deal with the information. Because I'll let you talk over here. You can get mad, disrespectful all you want to. Go ahead. Just come over here and disrespect me. I'm not going to block you. I might mute you because you're not going to deal with the subject matter. We're going to ask you, did you eat the Popeye's chicken sandwich? And you're going to tell me what you have for breakfast and what you have for dinner. You're going to tell me the midnight snack you had was probably, was it celery and peanut butter? You're going to tell me about the 4-page letter you wrote to the person that you're interested in and how you text them, good night, my queen. We didn't ask you all that, bro. We just asked you, did you get the sandwich? Did you eat the sandwich? My chakra wasn't alive when I bit the sandwich, so my body felt funny. So I put it back in the bag. And then they didn't give me the sauce that goes with my chicken.
You didn't put
But the
macarons in my
lemonade was
dressing?
off the chain. I thought about getting a hot cinnamon and a hot apple cinnamon pie, but I was like, nah, that might be a little too much. And, it's flaky. So I was like, I didn't want that. Then I asked, could I get some corn on the cob? And they said that they don't sell corn on the cob.
Cinnamon pie.
So I had to go to churches to get my corn.
That don't sound good.
Oh. It's like 3 seconds left. Coach called timeout. We all come out to kick the field goal. We line up under center to kick the field goal. They snapped the ball. I placed the ball, and then the field goal, the kicker comes out, and he don't even attempt to kick the ball. He picks it up and tries to run. We're like, bro, we could have won the game, and you just did some weird shit. Or better yet, the holder doesn't allow the kicker to kick it because he wants to try to pick up the first down so they can end the game and not go into overtime. No, bro, we ain't got time for that. Let's kick this field goal, go into overtime, and then we gonna beat them up. No, they don't want to do that. They always move the goalposts. It doesn't matter what the topic is. They come over here, and it don't matter if we're dealing with indigenous or spiritual stuff or this topic, they move the goalpost. Buck asks, simple question. Is religion is spirituality the new religion? And they kept yes, no, no, and then they start talking about strange shit. You come up there, you tell us why you think it's not, then you leave and we let them know. They come in there, oh, you got acid, your third chakra in the moon, and you got a line with the melanin, and then we attract the sunlight, and so we're eternal beings, like we're celestials and shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
What's that all about?
What the fuck does that have to do with the conversation?
You tell us what it's about. I don't know.
I was, y'all know the Olympic game, like the original Olympic, not Olympic games, but like the Olympic, like in the Coliseum, the games, they play them absolutely stark naked. You know that?
Yeah, ain't
Like,
your booty get snatched.
Yeah, that's what
what?
they get the Greco style wrestling
Yeah,
from.
your booty gets
Booty up.
snatched. If you they give you an ultimatum at the end. Now you could let me snatch your jewels from you and take your manhood, or you could be killed. You know, so they break you down. They break you all the way down.
No lube. He took it like a man. That's where the saying come from. Take it like a
Right.
man.
He looking at his family like, what? What, son? Son, what should I do, son? His son looking back at him like, Pop, you need to show me how to be a man. I don't know if you should die or get your manhood taken. If you get your manhood taken, I
Who
don't know
said
if you
that?
could teach me how to be a man. I don't know. This is on you. Tell me where to go. Cause
Right.
I'm next. Look, the son looking at him like I might be next, Pop. You know, Pops, I might be next. You tell me how this is supposed to play out. If you're supposed to die by this shit, then die by it. If you're supposed to get your manhood taken, get your manhood taken. They put you in between a rock and literally a hard place.
Hard play. He walked up to him. He grabbed him by the inner thigh and like, look, just accept the fate. Drop down and get your legal on.
So are you guys religious?
Huh?
Are you guys religious?
Yeah, with cleaning my room. I religiously wash my ass.
Right?
But I don't know about no spooky ghost, magic school bus, Scooby Doo stuff. Can't get with it.
And you know what the sad thing is, Mo? When we be doing our religious shit, we be in sync. We ain't get that much drama. The only drama we get is from the religious people, and they stand firm in their belief. They don't back down. They don't waver. They don't. Some of them don't even come up here and cuss us out. They just stand strong in their belief. But when we talk about other shit, though, it's a wrap. They come here like it's a war. It's oblivion and shit. Everybody getting beat the fuck up. The berserkers come out. No. No, look, the black community is not together, bro. We ain't been together. It's dysfunctional as fuck. Everybody, when we had deep religious in the 40s and 50s, right? We were standing strong in religion. We was helping each other. The 60s came, we were still kind of close. Then the 70s came, and it was like, yeah, I ain't following y'all no more. Everybody started getting their own factions of a type of belief. That's what it is. And then they push it. We don't get up here and push our beliefs. We just talk about stuff we can historically prove. We tell you, look at the evidence before you, then you just make the comparative study yourself. If you want to be religious, that's cool. But don't come up and like, oh, I'm not religious, and then we start talking to you, then we let you freestyle for about 7 to 10 minutes, and then you start throwing out Bible stuff. Like, no, we don't. We don't do that. This ain't Abraham posed with a knife about to kill his so-called only son, and then the angel come back and hold his hand back. It was like, psych, you're on candid camera. Look, wait, no, we're not doing none of that.
It's a prank. This for a YouTube video. We got a camera right over here. Do you mind if we put this on YouTube? Fucking idiot. It's a prank. It's a prank. It's no damn prank.
Right? We just tell y'all, man, look at the
And they think
information.
we supposed to have a bias. They use the same methodology. on a religious person. And then when it comes to them, they throw the methodology out the window. They don't have to use that method. No one has to prove anything. That's the same thing we deal with religious people. They don't have to prove shit. You got to have the Holy Spirit. Oh, you're not tapped into the inner mind. You're not in the chakras. You didn't
right?
open your pineal gland. That's the same thing they say. You didn't
Feeling
accept
on
the
the
Christ
cardinal
body
mind.
and eat his flesh and
What
drink
the,
the blood and
can
believe that
y'all
he
help
died
me
on the
with
cross.
this?
It's the same technique. You just using a different method. You're saying that you got to believe this type of imaginary system to tap into the truth. And then they're saying that you got to use this imaginary system to tap into the truth. But when you going to demonstrate it and show me in real life?
What's so
That's what's
special
not going
about
to
this
happen.
pineal gland? What's with the pineal gland?
I don't
It's
know
a,
because to them, I'm dealing with a cardinal mind, so I haven't tapped into it yet. No matter how much alkaline water I drink, I'm still dealing with a cardinal mind. So,
the pineal gland deals with your internal clock. It helps you balance your patterns and your internal clock. That's what it does. You're sleeping and you're awake, you're conscious, what you're focusing on. It charges up off of darkness. That's what makes you need your sleep. That's it. They haven't proven that it does anything else outside of that function inside of the brain. That's for the pituitary gland and the hypothalamus gland. Nobody has proven anything about that other than what it actually does. And you can see it when an animal runs up on you in the wild or soldiers that are in war and they get afraid and they're going through their training and they put little devices on their head to watch their brain activity. They scare people that's sitting in a chair with images on the screen and see what happens with those glands and what's being emitted from it. It doesn't do anything else. They have considered it already, but it doesn't show anything else. The
see.
same thing they have done with the pineal gland, the pituitary gland, the hypothalamus gland, is the same thing they tried to do with the Holy Spirit and the chakras and the Merkaba. Nothing happens other than the regular functions in the body. Those chemical reactions, your organs, how they function, your cells, your blood, your DNA, your amino acids, proteins in your body, your circulatory system, the hypothalamus gland, the pituitary gland, the pineal gland, everything functions how it functions. And we haven't seen anything else miraculous happening on top of that. Besides, the only thing that slides through is a placebo effect. A placebo effect is the only thing that we're holding on to.
Yep.
And that can work with
Okay.
anything.
Ken, yeah. Ken, you might be right.
Yeah, but all y'all got to do is just show something else. I said it hasn't been demonstrated. Just demonstrate something else. Because we don't have any other information.
Right? Can you answer that? Who did the white man get the knowledge from?
Oh, they think he just was sleeping in his bed one day while we were picking cotton. And he woke up and was like, I'm going to tell the history of the world and just make it up. And guess what? Look, on top of that, this is what he would have had to done. Like, he would have had
Ain't
to
that a Mel
travel
Brooks
around.
movie?
Huh?
Ain't that a Mel Brooks movie? The History of the World?
Oh, I don't know. But he would have had to travel around the world and get all the Chinese people, Japanese people, Korean people, all of the tribes in Africa, Sumer, Mesopotamia, the Levant area, Egypt. He had to get everybody to lie to make his history correct. Instead of you just using common sense, like y'all say, common sense, and look at all of the libraries that were destroyed from what y'all call the Middle East, Northern Africa, Mesopotamia, Asia. Look at all of those libraries that's destroyed and who held on to the information and then delivered it to us. Then you would see that your slave master didn't wake up inside of his White House while you were picking cotton in the back and just come up with all this shit. He gathered the information and then gave it to you the way he wanted to give it to you. And then, and as that happened, we still have people who are studying history, studying anthropology, studying mythology, and they're coming up with their own conclusions. And we made panels in different universities all over the world and online. It's not just in a university in a building where you got to be part of a certain family to get in the building. Now it's online. And you can look at peer reviewed information and see all of the people's opinions that come from an educated foundation. You don't have to listen to people on YouTube. You don't have to listen to people preaching to you on the street. You don't have to listen to somebody talking to you on TikTok. You can actually go look up the information from people who gathered it over the course of thousands of years. And this information that was gathered, it can be challenged. And that's why you don't see them come up here and talk to us, because they don't want to be challenged.
Nope. You ask them one little question and they get scared. They move back with the auntie, uncle, and
And they pop up in other lives. That's the
yeah.
craziest shit. We catch them in other people's lives all the time, talking to them.
But
Because
they
they
don't.
looking for somebody to ragdoll. They know when they come up here, it ain't going to work out that way. They're going to have to answer the question. You can't skip the subject, and we ain't going to notice that you just skipped the subject. We're going to bring you right back.
Right back. They be like, shut the fuck up. Leave.
Right? So show me Egypt is in America. Well, you know the moon. No, we ain't talking about the moon. We ain't going to get distracted. They can do that with other people. So they'll be on somebody else's live. They'll be like, show me Egypt is in America. And they'll be like, well, the moon. And then they'll start arguing about the moon. And they got you thrown the fuck off. Their attention span is short. That's why TikTok is so popular, because you can just listen to something and scroll and listen to something else and scroll and listen to something else and scroll and listen to something else. And that's why YouTube has taken their shit down from 40 minutes down to 7 minutes or 15 minutes, because people's attention span is short. You don't do research. Research is not 7 minutes, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 10 minutes. The fuck?
1 week, 2 weeks.
Right.
Look, I'm gonna tell you, this is some real shit, right? I hit Mo 1 week and was like, yo, bro, I've been wanting to hit people with this Soul Invictus. He was like, nah. He said, do the Soul Invictus, but he said, I said Soul Invictus and Mithra. So he was like, before you even get on that Mithra shit, he was like, I'm gonna give you some stuff for you to study. I studied that shit for what? Almost a month? But I already knew something. The only thing I didn't know was that Mithra went back as far as it did. I didn't know that. I didn't know Mithra went back that far. I thought Mithra was just like 1200. I didn't know it was that far. And then he hit me with some good shit. And then after that, it was a fucking rap. So you got to, and then like, it wasn't like the information was it was a book, but it was a like PDF. So you got to do that. You know how when you can see something small on the screen, you got to put your fingers on it and enlarge it. I had to do that shit. So, and then you got to take note. Yeah, it's not, you can't just read something and then come up and start talking about it. You got to take notes. You got to study the information. That shit is it's exhausting. And not only do you have to study the information, you got to study the information that goes against the information that you study. And they're
And
like,
then
oh
you
yeah,
got,
well, Mickey was born on December 25th. Well, he was born from underneath a rock. So you can't correlate that with the story of Jesus being born on the 25th, even though both of them really wasn't born on the 25th.
and then you got people who they say some outrageous shit. They spoke some facts, but then they say some outrageous shit that we could actually use. We could use it. It'll be a strong ass blow, but we know we cannot prove it. So we leave it alone. We look at it and be like, oh, what? This is proof. This dude said that he created Jesus himself. Well, how are you going to prove it? It's just a rumor. We
Yeah,
don't use that type of information.
y'all don't want me to hit y'all with that Constantine shit or that Titus shit. It'll be a rap. But it's just a theory.
Don't we be, no, we be talking about like, yo, I just read this shit And then we were like, yo, well, where he get that from? I don't know, bro, but that would be crazy if he could prove it. I'm trying to find out where he got it from. And sometimes we can't come to a conclusion of how they got the method. So we leave it alone. We don't sit here and go, yeah, let's use this against them because it's a strong point. If the person did not show how they came to the conclusion, we leave it, whether it works for us or not. But other
Yep.
people can't be that disciplined because they'll be sitting there doing nothing. You would have nothing to say. But y'all want to be part of the conversation so bad, you have to make up shit. Because then you'll have to sit there and be quiet and just learn. And that's
Yep.
okay. Swallow your pride. Study more. Well, I gotta say something. I gotta get part of this. I gotta get my foot in the water. So I'm gonna just make up shit. It ain't gonna work. Your shit gotta stick.
What was you created to protect too, Kenya? Like I had some, and I ain't even researched it yet. That's why I ain't even bring it out. I know I told you I was gonna bring it to the feed though, but I ain't do my research on it. It's dealing
What?
with you remember that stuff I text you about that AAV shit, and dude was breaking down the language. He was like, oh, well the African American language is taught to them.
Huh?
You don't remember
When was
that?
that?
But I'm gonna read what Buck said. I'm gonna have to go up. So.
Oh, geese.
Not that.
Those in geese. African language.
We just was on a mean war and shit. I gotta go all the way up.
Oh, you talking about when y'all was going crazy, where it was like phone was
Nah, it's
blowing up.
right after that though. Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, you gonna have to refresh my memory.
That ain't it. Let me go down some. Where's that? Yeah, here it is. This is the Smash Rockwell when he was doing with that AAV shit and was correlating the language of the African Americans with the other languages that ain't from here in America. It was on Tuesday.
Oh, the live?
Yeah, when he was live.
Didn't you say it was already over?
No, it was almost over.
Yeah, when I went in there, the shit was it was done.
Oh yeah, he wasn't up that long with them because I think he got like food or a phone call or something. But I ain't when if I bro when I if I I'm telling you when I hit them I ain't gonna hit them with that because I'm gonna study it. It'll probably be Christmas. I'll probably bring it out during Christmas. So I don't want to hear nobody saying, "Oh, you got this and this and that." No, we're gonna deal straight with the language of the African American. And after we go ahead and hit them with that, I ain't gonna want to hear no more of this Egypt and America shit. If you ain't got no claim, you ain't got no information to back up your claim. It's just gonna be hearsay, and I'm not even gonna let you gonna say like two
But
sentences, and then I'm gonna get
here's
you
the
out.
thing. If the sources that we found where it came from, they don't know about,
No,
what claim they gonna use? It's been hearsay the whole time. They don't even know the sources in which their information comes from. So it's
yeah,
all hearsay. They don't even have a foundation. You got to have something to stand on.
yeah.
They trying to walk and they ain't even standing on solid ground.
It's gonna be a cold. It's gonna be a cold winter, y'all. Buckle up. Oh shit.
Shit, the summer was cold too. Shit.
Ella.
we the sun was out, but we were still freezing them.
Look at him. They in that little hole in the basement. You look at them. You give them the bucket. It puts the lotion on its skin.
Clarice. Clarice.
You ain't done with you. You thought you had it, huh? No, you gotta be quicker than that. If the information that these people were spewing was real, right? And I'm not taking shots at my people that follow me. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm just talking about the people who are regurgitating the information and they never show up. They just spew stuff, and then when it's time to defend the stuff that they standing on, they don't defend it. And then when
Right?
you go to their
Hey,
live, go ahead.
when we send y'all, or we don't send you, but sometimes we do, but you know what I mean. If y'all end up in another live and y'all share it with us and y'all say, hey, yo, these dudes over here acting up. They saying this and this and that. Boom. We gonna pull up. We pull up because we know we gave y'all this information. Maybe you used what you could use from taking your notes or just listening from what you retained in your memory. And we're responsible for this information we put out. So we pull up to these lives that y'all share with us so we can go and see what's going on. We never failed y'all. But when they come with this information and they run out of ammo, they clips empty, nobody comes to help them out. They just sit here and let them get walked down on. Nobody else is pulling up to help them out. Why do you think that's happening?
They hit us up like, oh, they sent us a live. And sometimes, like right after the live, they be like, oh, such and such is over here. They need help. They're jumping them. So we pull up. We pull up to help out our fellow followers. If anybody following me and y'all up in the guest box, right? And y'all feel like somebody's slaying you, somebody that's in there that's following you is going to send one of us the live. Like, look, they getting on them. They need help. They need backup. And we come in all the time. Kenya can handle herself, but if Kenya shared us alive, like, hey, I need y'all help. We showing up. We might have disagreements on points of how we see life, but we're gonna pull up. It's nothing. I done pulled up on plenty of people like, oh, especially Juice. Juice be the first one to share a live. Like, oh, this person needs help. It used to be Tabitha, but Tabitha don't be fucking with people like that on this app no more. Because y'all done pissed her off. She was like one of the happiest people on this app. And now she just like, It's a sad day. He said, now we in Babylon. What is that? What's that? What's that? What's it called? From Babylonia to Timbuktu? What's the name of that? Or is that Babylonia is America?
From Babylon to Timbuktu. Yeah.
Yeah. Because he said we in Babylon is America. Is that what you saying, Jay? Is Babylon America now? You watched that YouTube documentary and got happy, huh? Babylon.
Jay don't fuck with that shit. He probably just
I
joking.
hope not.
Jay been with me since day one. He know the drill. He gotta be joking. Somebody must have, caught him while he was asleep and poured the Kool-Aid down his throat if he's saying that.
Not Jerome. We talking about what's his name?
Yeah, Jay. He ain't on no Babylon. He ain't on that shit.
Andrew, you cool. It's just you be having some wild ass theories. I told everybody before you even came up here, you was probably the first spiritual person that was following me, you and Foreign. We just don't see eye to eye. You so cool. Kenya cool. Kenya just got to stop talking shit about people. And that's it. Leave this shit talking to me. I got it.
They don't know how to creep up with the dagger and stick it in the back. They
Yeah,
just be
Kenya though,
all,
she
you
she
got to be able to.
upset and it's a wrap. Kenya the type, Kenya the type that you be in bed with her and she say you say something to hurt her feelings and she just hit you below the gut and have you crying in the corner and shit. And then she be like, "You're not gonna apologize? Oh, fuck that shit, man up, you pussy."
Right. Take it like a man.
Oh, you talking about thermonuclear? He was in the chat earlier. Thermonuclear dynamic. Now he's still on here. He just got a different account name now. Trust me, bro.
Wow.
Trust me, bro. That's why we got the name from him. Trust me, bro. University is coming soon. We're gonna put all false flag attacks up in there, cloning, the DEA and the DNA, and we don't have chromosomes. No,
Each one of your cells, each one of your chromosomes is a universe.
we can put the triple helix in there. All
But
types of
there
shit.
ain't no chromosomes, right? There's no chromosomes, but each one is a universe, but you don't have any. The craziest shit.
I
Like,
know,
you
man.
either believe you or not.
Shit, it's time for me to take my ass to sleep.
Yeah, you well over the time limit.
No, I was nodding out, and then Kenya went off. I was like, "What?" No, it wasn't Kenya. Dude said some strange shit, and then Kenya started going off, and that woke me the fuck up. I was like, "Huh? What the fuck is this?" So yeah, I thought we was crucifying people. Like this is what I don't understand. It's just two of us, right? And when Buck show up, this is just my personal opinion. I'm not trying to be like on my high horse, but when you got Mo, Buck, and me, I don't think we can be beat. I'm just putting it, if y'all think y'all can beat us, y'all get y'all three together, we get our three, and we show up. I don't think nobody on this app is fucking with us when it's 3 versus 3.
Especially if y'all stay on topic. If you stay on a topic, you're gonna walk straight into your funeral.
Off with his head. It's the final countdown.
They're gonna be trying to facilitate a eulogy.
If I'll be every time you send me a video, I watch it. It'd be strange as shit, but I still watch it. You know what I'm saying? You cool. You just into different stuff. You like I tell you and Seven this all the time. We just don't see eye to eye. But when I talk, it seems like I don't like the stuff that y'all saying. Some of that stuff you need stuff. You need to watch some stuff like that. It's cool. Like if that's what y'all into, that's what y'all into. I can't knock y'all for it. I just don't believe in half the shit that these people are saying that y'all believe. That's it. Y'all be cool. But shoot, we about to shut this motherfucker on down.
All right, I'm gonna let you close out. Peace, y'all.
I ain't got nothing to say, bro.
Hey.
Oh boy. Where
It all
Kenya go?
speaks for
Kenya
itself,
left?
man. All right, y'all. Peace, peace.
All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later today.